I'm Dr. Gary Gordon, and I'm feeling fine. I want all of you to feel as good as I feel, and I'm going to share with you today more information on pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. This simple little box, weighing in at about 35 pounds, costing an average about $20,000 with attachments, is changing my life because it is not only giving me new stem cells and turning on growth factors in my body, but it's also at the same time helping me get rid of toxins. And everybody knows that we have polluted our nest. My website, GordonResearch.com, saves for your review the CNN special called Toxic America. If you watch that, you will understand why I'm making this very strong announcement to you today that the current treatment for cancer is a cruel joke. And I'm going to back that up by telling you that a webinar that I'm doing later today that will appear with all the slides on my website, as all webinars are always later put on my website, is going to start out with the first slide saying a new way to treat cancer. And then it's going to explain to you brain cancer actually is shown now to respond to microelectric current when you wear an electric device that stimulates brain cells and responds as well as the chemoradiation, but neither treatment really is cure. But remember, if you spend time on my website and you go to search and you put in the word cancer, you're going to learn immediately that I have documentation that a total program called the Kobayashi Project in Tokyo, 10 years, 10,000 patients, no one died of cancer. So a world without cancer is here today. It's my job to help you find it. So you go to my website and put in the word cancer and read the program, and it was based on lowering stress, simplifying your diet, getting a little more sleep, maybe some exercise, doing some detoxification, maybe using far infrared sauna, and possibly using immune support if your cancer test showed that you were getting too close to the lump bump stage. Cancer is in your body an average of 7 years before the lump gets big enough for your doctor to find. So I can help everybody if they do a cancer screening test, because if the test is abnormal on everybody, even if everyone in the family in Tokyo died of that kind of cancer, like the gene gastric carcinoma, the patients on our program didn't die because of the things we can do today. And so what I'm teaching you now is that I have learned how to combine nutrition. Part of my nutrition is done as a power drink. The power drink has vitamin C, organic green, a special form of fiber based on stabilized rice bran along with EDTA, and the most unique vitamin C delivery system available anywhere in the world. And that is a key part of my FIGHT program. My FIGHT program is food, infection, genetics, heavy metals, hormone, toxins. So I don't look at a device or the new electric therapy that they just approved, FDA approval of an electric treatment for brain cancer. It didn't cure, but it worked as well as the silly treatments they give you today, which don't buy anybody anything but bankruptcy. The treatments they give you today, the chemo and the radiation for glioblastoma, you're going to die. The same with pancreatic carcinoma. So those who think their way out of the box and choose to combine things like a power drink, the right nutrition, the right total health program, and new things like pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. So I don't have to do as this study with the approved brain cancer news of the new one called Novo TTF for glioblastoma. I don't have to wait for that because I can take this available device that will treat my bad shoulder if my shoulder is preventing me from playing golf, or my hip's so bad I can't go up and down the steps, or my kid can't finish a sentence because my child's got autism, I can directly bring it, and I tell the child that this is how you become a space captain, and I let the child put it right over their head, and that way I am giving this amazing combination of energies to the cells of your body. So I raise transmembrane potential. That means essentially the following. If you're walking around tired and depressed like half of America, overweight and feeling terrible, part of it is because you're not on the right voltage. You're a 12-volt car and somebody's trying to run you on a 6-volt system. How did we lose the voltage? Has anybody noticed that there's a few earth changes happening, like earthquakes and fires and storms and floods? The earth is going through changes. And the magnetism that this device restores to you actually was part of what the earth gave us. At the time of dinosaurs, you had about 100 times more magnetic field for you to metabolize your food and have energy than the field that the earth is getting into now. This is official information, and I have several webinars on my website that can make you understand how we may have to band together, and maybe a whole neighborhood goes together and winds up with a machine that they share at 5 houses. So if it's $500 a month to lease them, each house pays $100 a month, but they each share. Because 10 minutes is all it takes with this. 10 minutes to change and give me a brand new back. In fact, several years ago, I was appointed to the National Foundation for Alternative Medicine by Congressman Berkeley Bedell. And so I'm in Washington, D.C., and guess what project they were getting behind? The whole National Foundation was looking for something that worked. And they were researching the parent of this little box. The parent came from Greece. It was called PEMF. And in my webinar today, I will give you some very important information as to how PEMF was working, because all we've done is taken some NASA scientists and brought what PEMF started many years ago for cancer and made it so that now there's a version of this machine that's FDA approved. It's called NeuroStar, and it's being used at places like Stanford and at Yale and at UCLA, and it treats things like serious depression when nothing else works. How many of our people in our country are depressed today and they don't want to live on drugs? I have nothing against the drugs. The drugs take a period of time to work, and they have side effects. Now, I treat myself 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, and I admit fully I'm now addicted to feeling as good as I now feel. I first got into this after finding out about PEMF in Greece when I was on the board of National Foundation for Alternative Medicine. I found that when my horse bucked me off, and I had a very advanced fracture in my ankle and didn't want to ever be a cripple, I found out the way to be sure that any fracture heals was to put a pulsed magnetic field through the fracture. So I got this device. My insurance wouldn't pay for it, but I thought I was worth $8,000, and that was 15 years ago, but I wasn't willing to take a chance on being a cripple, and I was told that I very likely might not walk very well the rest of my life. So I did this because it was known for over 30 or 40 years that a pulsing electromagnetic field turns on all of the growth factors in a piece of bone, so that the bone, even if it hasn't healed, understand this, I can take a fracture on you that you have had 4 years that the pieces never knit together. You've walked around in a cast, and I can use PEMF and turn on the factors. But of course today, since you and I live on a toxic planet, I would add nutrition and detoxification and some hyperthermia. And I might teach you how to use oxygen, since I bought hyperbaric oxygen chambers and I love hyperthermia. When I raise your temperature, I can do magic. So what I'm discussing here is kind of the physics of health. On my website, you'll find that I've covered the biochemistry of health extensively. I take at least 100 supplement tablets every day. But I do this because at age 29, I was so sick I had to close my medical practice. I couldn't walk from room to room. My whole life I had been unable to participate in any sports. So at age 76, I'm living proof that you can turn on stem cells in your own body, feed them, get the toxins out, and you too can feel as good as I do. This is Dr. Garry Gordon, Payson, Arizona, GordonResearch.com, signing out. Please go to my website, put in PEMF or pulsed electromagnetic field, and learn how that combines with my FIGHT program, which has been summarized as an 18-page document on my website, and learn why having a power drink gives power to you. Thank you for listening.